I think Titanic is a great movie. In fact, it's probably the best thing you can watch before going on a cruise. The first half gets you excited to go on a beautiful ship, and the second half shows you what not to do if it starts to sink. Unfortunately, the same can't be said about Titanic 666, a film where the victims of the tragedy come back to life and haunt influencers on a cruise to the Atlantic.
110 years after the launch of the original, Titanic 3 will set sail in just a few hours on the same path as her namesake.
Oh my god, look at this ship!
Fans of Zip Codes may recognize the lead of the movie as played by 90210 star Anna Lynn McCord, who had this to say about her role.
When I was offered the film, I didn't even read the script. I literally was just like, yes, I will be doing this movie. My team's like, you should read the script first. I was like, nope, no, I'm doing this movie.
Nope. You probably should have read the script first.
The reason that I did this film, actually, the movie that made me want to be an actress was James Cameron's Titanic. And I told my team, I was like, guys, this is such a full circle moment.
I almost felt bad for her until I found out that she wanted to be Vladimir Putin's mother.
Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother.
Anyways, this movie opens up with a flashback to what happened with the first Titanic, in case you somehow forgot. We see the ship sinking and a fake Rose making her way onto the door out in the cold, but then she notices this hat in the water. And warning, if you get scared easily, look away now. When I think about the Titanic, zombies aren't exactly what come to mind, but it's 2022, so there's representation for every type in this story.
This is Titanic 3. We have cosplayers on board, we have mediums, relatives, and as you know, priceless relics from the original Titanic disaster.
So there's already several red flags here. First off, what relative thinks, "Hi, my name is Matthew, and my great-grandfather died sailing this exact voyage on an identical ship, so I think it'd be a great idea for me to do the same thing." And really, Titanic 3? Won't they ever learn that sailing this vessel down the Atlantic is just not a good idea? Also, they never acknowledge a second Titanic, but I have to assume this is some sort of loose sequel to the movie Titanic 2, which was another low-budget disaster from the same production company that you don't actually have to see to guess how it ends. So now, despite the fact that the last two Titanics took the same route and both hit icebergs, they're doing it all again.
The Titanic 3 will stop at the site of the famous disaster, which claimed the lives of over 1,500 people.
If you're thinking this movie feels a little exploitative, you're right. But my favorite part is the movie's justification for all of the morally questionable elements.
Captain Rhodes will be guiding us to the Titanic's resting place by tomorrow evening. At that time, we will observe a 30-second moment of silence to honor those that served witness to that tragic day.
So with that half a minute of respects to look forward to, it's time for a slow-motion sail-away party. There's still an hour left. But you're watching a YouTube video, not the movie, so I'll do you the pleasure of fast-forwarding to when it gets exciting. So here we meet a stowaway who apparently snuck into some random person's luggage, got through security where they x-ray your bag, and then made it onto the ship. And big surprise, but she's up to no good.
Put that down. What are you doing? Don't touch that.
Sorry.
That is the most prominent item in my collection. This is the actual violin that played Nearer My God to Thee as the Titanic sank.
Now, in the stowaway's defense, the dude should have at least locked it in the case or had some sort of security, but he's just a little shit who causes random chaos throughout the movie.
This has survived 100 years, and it's not going to be destroyed by some third-class staffer like yourself.
So you thought you could just steal these from their final resting place?
No, I preserve them so their memories can live on.
What gets me is how strong an argument this movie is clearly making against capitalizing on people's deaths, despite itself exploiting everyone that died on the Titanic so they can turn a profit.
We have reached our final destination point. where over 100 years ago, we lost 1,517 souls when the ocean took the Titanic.
You can clearly hear radar alarms going off in the bridge in the exact location the last two Titanics sank, but of course the captains are just abysmally ignoring them. We're doing a moment of silence. Now, I understandably assumed that this is the point where they hit the iceberg and the ship's about to go down, but no. It's actually where the 666 part of the title comes in.
I call on you, you spirits, rise!
Then with some of the worst editing I've ever seen, the stowaway somehow brings the original captain of the Titanic and his crew members back to life as zombies.
We just got the Titanic special.
And naturally, the first thing one does upon zombification is give a violin performance. Of course, there's no reason for them to question why a corpse is giving a musical performance, so they head back to their room where a real scare is about to happen.
They've got serious insulation in these walls, guys. You can't hear the engines. You can't hear anything. It's cold.
You two all right?
I was trying to figure out who these two are based off of, but the only influencer I follow is iCarly.
Random dancing!
I watch all of their vlogs and TikToks.
I'm sure you do.
You're just jelly. They have over 12 million followers on Instagram alone.
12 million. I'm actually impressed. I happen to have quite the collection of Titanic artifacts aboard this ship. And for the right price, I'm willing to part with all of them, including the famous blue diamond.
So because influencers can't afford a $350 million diamond, they run back up to the top deck, and it doesn't go quite as planned. Oh my god! That was the worst thing I've ever seen! The way he's just evaporated by the zombie, it defies all logic and I love it. But then somehow it gets even crazier. With one stroke of the violin, our main girl is already dead, and the ship hasn't even started to sink yet.
Parker. Mayday, Mayday. This is Captain Rhodes in Titanic 3. We hit an iceberg.
I'm not sure who could have seen that coming, but there actually is a pretty big plot twist.
My great-grandfather died aboard this ship. But then your company decided to set sail one more time, and you started to sell the property of the deceased. You are on hallowed water, and you have been
Screaming inside my head!
So because the stowaway feels that she has the moral high ground, I think her plan is to kill everyone on board that she can, then bring back all the victims of the original tragedy as zombies so they can haunt the Titanic 3 survivors.
Oh, no one's getting off this ship. They'll make sure of that.
Why would you say that? What are you talking about?
I have no idea what's happening between them, but things get really intense with Captain Rose, who's probably the best actor in the whole movie.
Killing all these people will not bring you back. It won't change anything. Regina!
I can't control the controls. I can't do anything.
Keep trying.
200 yards away, Captain.
And now has come the time for an obligatory montage of the most ridiculous deaths aboard the Titanic 3. First we have death by lifeboat. Next we have death by lifeboat. Death by influencer. The stowaway evaporated, so at this point it's just the captain and the collector left. And that's it! The jury's still out on whether the story will continue aboard the Titanic 4, but considering that my video about how bad the trailer looked got more views than the actual trailer, I don't anticipate a sequel being greenlit anytime soon. But if you want to see more videos from me, then I highly recommend that you subscribe to my channel. I'm also on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, but until next time, bye!